from?
Okay. My name is Jessica Washington, and I'm in Los Angeles, California. And I have been coming to the Monterey Jazz Festival for many years, since 1972. In speaking with Joey, it was brought to my attention something that I have observed, but just really hadn't focused in on, that there are minimal women instrumentalists that are featured in the Monterey Jazz Festival. And it's just really very sad. It's hurtful. And then to find out that Wynton Marsalis has doesn't have anyone in his band, no females in his band. And this year I've noticed that the Next Generation has no females. Last year there were 2 females, but this year now there is a singer, and there's always a female singer, but there are no instrumentalists. And I think that that's very sad, because I know that there's some excellent female instrumentalists that are capable. And I'm just hoping that this whole concept is at some point featured and people understand it and work toward bringing more women into the forefront of being presented.
So now you come out to the Monterey Jazz Festival every year from LA.
Yes.
That's quite an expense. I mean, we're looking lodging, food, the whole
Correct.
deal, right?
Correct.
Do you do anything like this on a regular basis in Los Angeles? Is there such a thing that you go to?
Yes, I go to 2 other jazz festivals. I go to the Long Beach Jazz Festival, which is in Long Beach, California, in August. And it does have several women, females that are performing. Especially there's a woman, I can't remember, Deirdre, I can't remember her last name, who is a bassist. And then we go to the Playboy Jazz Festival in June at the Hollywood Bowl, and we've been doing that ever since the inception of it. And there again, I did see the young lady, one of the young women who won one year here. Her name is Tanya, and again, I don't remember her last name.
She's a
trumpeter, and she's excellent, and I did see her professionally playing in the Hollywood Bowl. So yes, this is not just a one-time thing for us. And then we do the Hollywood Bowl Jazz Series in the summer.
And in general then, so you're a jazz head, right? Can I call you a jazz head?
Let's say my husband is a jazz head and I'm the hands and arms. Okay.
So in general, when obviously you're exposed to a lot of jazz, would you say that in general you are seeing a very small amount of female representation?
Minimal. And unfortunately, until I met you just now, I did notice when we were at the Rotary meeting the other day with the Next Generation, that I did say that last year there were 2 women, this year there are none. So I am kind of beginning to appreciate it.
How do you think this is going to change?
Like everything else, very slowly. And I just hate to think about you have to push it, and that they're going to say that there are women that they will accept that aren't quite up to speed or the quality, just so that they can do the quality, of having their quota. I hate to think that it is going to be another quota, but you know what? If they have to start that way, more than power to it.
Thank you so much.
Well, hey, this is Pat Mullen here, jazz trombone player, and I'm happy to be at the Monterey Jazz Festival. It's the 58th, and I haven't been here for all 58, mind you, but I must have been to about 20 or 25 of these things. So I love coming down to Monterey because the music is great and the ocean is here, and you can't go wrong with those 2. This year, so far, well, I just came from the arena stage where I was listening to Ambrose Akamusare's band, and he got the commission this year. I don't know if a woman's ever gotten the commission for the Monterey Jazz Festival piece, but Ambrose I know from his days at Berkeley High School. He had a band up there of 9 members, very eclectic music, very eclectic instrumentation, and he had a total of 2 women in his band, which is like tremendous for Monterey if you want to do a percentage. They happen to be string players. I guess a harp is a string. So there's a harpist, nice Irish girl, and a cello player. Both of them excellent, beautiful players. Everyone in the band, virtuosic. It was a great set for the kind of music that's kind of experimental, but you don't really see women instrumentalists up on the stage, the main stage at Monterey. We did have Jerry Allen last night. She was great. She did the Errol Garner project. Her 2 piano players with her were Jason Moran and Christian Sams. They're great. Russell Malone, terrific guitar player. Victor Lewis, tremendous. but there was just Jerry Allen up there as the one woman on stage, and she's phenomenal. Would that we had more chances to see women on that main stage, though. And this year at Monterey, I don't know, I've just seen a young African-American woman playing her trumpet. I think her last name is Bradley. She was excellent. She had a good sound, nice mellow kind of tone. I don't think I've seen a woman playing a trumpet here, maybe ever. Maybe one in the high school band, maybe. So it's one of those things. I love going to the Monterey Jazz Festival. I love to hear new stuff. I love to hear the old stuff redone. But we had today in the afternoon Pete and Sheila E. Sheila E. She's great. Pete's great. His band is great. I think Sheila's going to be the only woman in it, and that's her father. So that's how she got here. Sheila is great in her own right, of course. So we're looking forward, hopefully, to a little better representation of women instrumentalists. I would like to see Ingrid Jensen here. I would like to see more of Tammy Hall here. Maybe Tammy Hall leading her own band on the main stage. We've seen Ruth Davies, but have we seen her on the main stage playing the bass? Maybe not. I'd like to see Mary Fettig leading her own band. She's big on jazz education. I would love to see Mary Fettig front her group. And last night we had the epitome, I guess, of all-male band. I don't know how many, 1,900 of them, I don't know, playing like a tribute to Jaco Pastorius. It was a great set, very powerful, very high energy, very virile, very male. And that's the moment when you say, you know there are women who could be in this band, who should be in this band, and where are they? We want to see them here at Monterey.
What do you think about this petition that's gotten started?
I'm all for petitions. I've had a little experience myself with petitions, and it's very gratifying when you get a response. And it's also gratifying to see the kind of response you get. It's not just people signing their name, it's people with a statement and a little passion behind what they're talking about. And I think when you just scratch the surface here on the fairgrounds, you can get quite a passionate response from people, maybe mostly from women. But we're open to hearing a little passion from the male side about getting more women on the roster.
Oh, don't leave one without it.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Happy to be here.
My name is Betty Blackman.
And who is your niece?
And my niece is Cindy Blackman Santana, world-renowned drummer, rock as well as her own jazz groups she has, and she's very popular in Europe and Asia. Yes.
Has her jazz group ever been here at Monterey?
No, and that's the sad part about it. I'm in my 80s, and I've been coming since the late 60s, and I would hope that before I have to stop coming, that she would certainly be invited to come. They would love her. She's just absolutely tremendous. And I don't only say that as a relative. You can just look up the reviews about her performance, and you will see that she's one of the truly greatest drummers that we have.
I agree.
She happened to be from Yellow Springs, Ohio, originally, our hometown. Yes, and I'm just waiting for the time that she'll be invited, and I hope it's soon.
So you come up every year from Los Angeles to the festival?
Late 60s, since the late 60s, yes.
That's a long time. That's a lot of money, a lot of investment. Do you go to other jazz festivals around Los Angeles?
Yes,
or what other festivals?
Playboy Jazz Festival. It's sort of an annual for me. And then we have a lot of good jazz musicians right there in Los Angeles, as you can imagine. Yes, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, they have a regular jazz session every year, and I usually sign up for that, but this year I've traveled too much so that I could not attend the Playboy Jazz Festival or any of the jazz programs that are on. But they're also the director of the jazz programs for LA Philharmonic is Herbie Hancock. And I happen to know Herbie. So we have a wealth of jazz music, and as you would imagine, the Los Angeles
Sure
area.
do. Are there other than your niece Cindy Blackman? Are there other female instrumentalists, doing jazz that you look forward to seeing, and sometimes maybe they don't show up, or ones that do? Is it any an issue that you've noticed over your long years of going to these jazz festivals?
Well, she has a friend who's a guitar player, and she's very, very, very good, and travels quite a bit. And,
you don't recall her name?
And her name is Kat Dyson.
Okay.
And she's very good. I think she's on a tour in Europe right now. But she's absolutely tremendous.
Can you name 2 other female jazz instrumentalists? And all these festivals you go to, you could probably name guys, right?
Yes, yes.
Give me a couple of women's names, band leaders.
Well, there just aren't too many. I've known about Jerry Allen for quite some time, was her original name, yes. And we've all sort of followed her for various reasons, but I'm happy to see that she's doing very well. And trying to think who else that I've followed, but there just aren't very many.
They get exposure, I'll tell you. They get exposure. They exist, but they don't get as much exposure now. You have revealed to me your age, so I'm going to ask you, are there any real jazz greats of female jazz instrumentalists that you've seen when you were a lot younger? And I just specifically want to ask you about Mary Lou Williams. Is that anybody that you saw?
Mary Lou Williams, we had the privilege of having groups like the Modern Jazz Quartet. Mary Lou Williams, we actually had her, I believe, in Yellow Springs at one time, or in the Springfield area. Yeah, in the Yellow Springs, Springfield area, which is what I'm Greene County area.
So what do you think of this petition that I started up
Well,
here?
I'm just so grateful, and I just can't thank you enough, because it's long overdue. And we have some tremendous female musicians. And I just think that it's about time that we started recognizing that. I mean, we've come so far, but yet not far enough. And they would be appreciated by the audience just tremendously so if they were given the exposure. I used to do a lot of letter writing for people who were seeking jobs, and I always say that they could probably do a very beautiful job, a wonderful job for you if just given the opportunity. And I think that's the key word, opportunity. They would be really surprised, especially the groups that are coming here. I think they're very competitive and would do just a really tremendous job. So I'm just hoping that Mr. Jackson, please, time's running out for me, please. Bring my niece, Cindy Blackman Santana, here.
You got a new campaign going on.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. It's been wonderful.
You're
Thanks so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.